Sam Shepard's True West delves into the lives of two vastly different brothers who, as the play unfolds, find themselves attempting to step into each other's shoes. Premiering at the Magic Theater in San Francisco, California in 1980, the entirety of the play is set within their mother's house. As the play commences, we meet Austin and Lee in their mother's home. Austin, an immaculately dressed man in his early 30s, is house-sitting while their mother is away on vacation. On the other hand, Lee, in his early 40s, presents himself with a disheveled appearance. Austin diligently works on his screenplay, scribbling away in a notebook, while Lee, seemingly inebriated, bombards him with a string of senseless questions. They reminisce about their father and mention their recent visits to him, marking their first interaction in 5 years. Lee, with ulterior motives in mind, asks to borrow Austin's car, which Austin promptly refuses, suspecting that Lee intends to use it for some illicit activity. Lee, however, slyly persuades Austin to leave by agreeing to vacate the premises temporarily. Austin, preparing for a meeting with a producer, hopes for some time alone to discuss his screenplay. In the subsequent scene, Austin meets with Saul Kimmer, who expresses genuine interest in his script and intends to produce it. Lee, meanwhile, enters the kitchen with a stolen television, causing an interruption but quickly diverting the conversation to golf, where he schedules an early morning game with Saul. Lee even hints at a story idea for Saul, who requests that Austin write it down for him. The play then transitions to a scene where Lee dictates his screenplay while Austin drafts an outline. Lee's story features a hero driving a truck with a horse and a trailer, located 50 miles from the border. Another truck, also transporting a horse and trailer, approaches. In the first truck, the man suddenly recognizes the driver of the other truck as the husband of the woman he's been having an affair with. Stranded in the middle of nowhere and running low on gas, he finds himself in a precarious situation. Austin dismisses the story as unrealistic, seeing it as a setup for a chase on horseback between the two men. Lee becomes infuriated and warns Austin to finish the outline, or else he'll make off with his car. Eventually, Lee hands back the car keys but contemplates Austin's limited options. Austin considers going to the police, but Lee cynically reminds him that most murders occur within families. Austin proposes once more to write the screenplay, suggesting that its success could turn Lee's life around. However, he admits that their father is beyond help, as he remains unchangeable. Lee reflects on the easy money to be made through illicit activities, such as stealing diesel trucks and dogfighting. Both men reminisce about their younger days, revealing their mutual envy for each other's lifestyles. In the subsequent scene, following Lee's golf game with Saul, Lee informs Austin that Saul not only enjoyed the screenplay but also offered him some golf clubs as part of an advance. He reveals Saul's intention to drop Austin's script and pursue Lee's instead. Austin attempts to reach Saul but is unsuccessful, leaving him shocked and suspecting that Lee might have coerced Saul in some way. When Lee menacingly lunges at Austin with a golf club, Austin realizes that Lee has taken his keys once more. In the next scene, Saul, Lee, and Austin convene in the kitchen. Saul enthusiastically praises Lee's work, declaring it an easy $300,000 for Austin. Austin, unable to write both scripts, assumes Saul lost a bet and is baffled when Saul decides to drop his screenplay. In the subsequent scene, Austin is found sprawled on the floor inebriated while Lee diligently works on his screenplay. Austin contemplates engaging in theft while Lee proposes a deal. He offers half the money and vows to disappear if Austin assists with the writing. Austin then recounts a story about their father, who walked 8 days to the border to have a Mexican pull out his decaying teeth, only to later lose his false teeth. Despite Austin giving him money, their father squandered it. In the morning, Lee, in frustration, beats the typewriter with a golf club and sets his script on fire. Meanwhile, Austin manages to pilfer several toasters, and the houseplants have been neglected. Austin strikes a deal with Lee. If he writes the screenplay without receiving credit or payment, Lee will take him to the desert. In the subsequent scene, Lee dictates while Austin diligently transcribes in his notebook. When their mother returns home to find her house in disarray, Austin explains that they were celebrating Lee's screenplay, though both Mom and Lee doubt Austin's ability to survive in the desert. Lee suggests postponing the deal and borrows Mom's antique china from her cabinets. Lee expresses his intention to leave town before succumbing to a similar fate as Austin. Tensions escalate as Austin starts strangling Lee with the phone cord, insisting that Lee can't take anything or leave. Austin demands his keys back, and in response, Lee tosses them out. As Mom prepares to depart for a motel, Austin intervenes and releases Lee, requesting a head start. As the play concludes, Lee dashes for the door, trapping Austin inside with him. True West was a Pulitzer Prize for Drama finalist in 1983, and some critics consider it part of Shepard's family trilogy, alongside the plays Curse of the Starving Class and Buried Child. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.